Love that. Welcome. We're going to do what I think is a pretty quick and simple little mod on the truck. That's actually more of an accessory addition, if you will. Trying a little bit different angle for you guys here, so we'll see if you like it. Anyway, get my ladder over here. I don't have my step on yet. Yeah, I could climb up there if I want to, but I'm a firm believer in the work smarter, not harder philosophy, right? So what I've got, let me grab these, and I don't know how many I'm actually going to use. I've got several, and they are, of course, these billet tie downs. They come from billettiedowns.com, in case anybody is interested. There is a code, I think. I guess we'll make this a paid advertisement. It is code RobMotive. You save like 5%, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that was not my real intent, but save you guys some money while we're at it, I guess. So what these are, and they do have an option, this kind of different twisty thing, tighten down, knobby thing, whatever you want to call it. You can get these, it's a quick disconnect, where you can do it with your thumbs, as long as you don't really crank on it when you tighten them down, because then you're going to need a tool, I have found, like a pair of pliers or something, because it's just a little too tight sometimes to grab with your thumb and your finger. But anyway, it makes it pretty easy to adjust them, and that's the key. If you want to slide them up and down the rails, you can do that by just turning the two little knobs here, the quick disconnects or quick adjustment, I guess I'll call them. They do come in a bunch of different colors. I chose red for previous trucks, but as it turns out, I have supersonic red now, so hey, it matches, right? So let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to climb up in here, and am I going to be lazy? Yeah, I think so. Why not? I'm going to grab my little scooter, because this ribbed bed, not a lot of pleasure in that, if you will, when you're sitting on it or kneeling down. So I'm going to just kind of scooch around a little bit, put these things in. Now, trying to remember how exactly I need to do it. It's pretty simple. Got to have a little taste of the liquid nectar here. Still not sponsored, by the way. Apparently, Mountain Dew is not interested in me. I don't know. But if you're on here and you can actually hear me, say something if you wouldn't mind. You know, hello, we can hear you. We can't hear you. Of course, if you can't hear me, then I guess you wouldn't have just heard me say that. Okay, I got to blow my nose. Sorry for the sound. It's allergy season, and I am inflicted or conflicted. I don't know which. But again, if you can hear me, please say, hey, we can hear you, or maybe we can't hear you. I don't know. So far, nobody's saying anything. There's 20 people on here. So I would think I'd see something if somebody could hear me. So maybe you can't hear me. I don't know. But anyway, let's get the fan situated. I do like to be comfortable when I work, even if it's something as simple as this. And this is simple, of course. Let's crawl on up here. And to put these in, and I've got my phone so I can see what you guys see, hopefully. But you want to pop the little cap on the end of the bed. You probably can't see it. But yeah, we're getting commercials now. I don't know why we're getting commercials. I think they actually stopped the stream. I'm not sure. Who knows? Anyway, you want to take off the little cap on the end of the bed rail. And then you should, if I remember right, be able to just loosen these and slip them in. They have a little bar on the bottom that slides in the track. We'll see if that works. I can't remember. That definitely, oops, too far. is the easiest way to do it, of course. And it does, just like so. So you can slip them in pretty easy, and then I'm going to run this one, I think all the way down, and then I'm going to run another one at the end of the bed so that I have a couple of good tie-down spots. All right, let's see. Oh, and I put it in the wrong way. I always like to put these in with the company logo on the bottom because I think it's a cleaner look. It's not that I'm trying to hide the company or anything, but it is just a cleaner look, I guess, for the truck, and I like that. Let's see if I get it right. There we go. And they're going to be something like that, I think. Now, I am going to go ahead and put one across the front. I actually could put two. I think I do. I have enough. So I might go ahead and just load two up there. Why not? And I'll probably block you guys from view. I'll try not to do that. We'll see. And if I recall, you still want to take off the end piece, this little cap, right? Pretty simple. And then you want to loosen this up again. I'm not sure if you can put the front ones on. Let's see. Nah, you have to take one off. So you got to go ahead and unscrew one, and then you want to slide the bar in. Like so. And then you can go ahead and put the other screw in, if you will. Tighten it down to bring the bracket a little bit closer. Yeah. And then you can go ahead and slide it where you want it. I think I'm going to center them on in between the two rungs here. Go ahead and get the other one. You guys must not be able to hear me because by now I normally would have had some responses or hellos or something on the channel, and nobody is saying a word. So I'm guessing you can't hear me, or everybody's just being quiet today. I don't know. If you can hear me, because I'm using a wireless microphone, something kind of different on here anyway. So if you can hear me, if you wouldn't mind, just drop a comment below, say hello or something, anything. Otherwise, I'm probably just sitting here talking to myself. All right, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to say, can you hear me? There, that's my rendition of can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me later? Can you hear me at all? That or I'm just not getting chats. Let's see. Oh, there we go. They weren't on my screen. Isn't that nice? Leroy Clement says hello. Holy something or other says good evening. Must be a different time zone for you. Pound that do, brother. Yeah, I do. I pound the do. That's why I have a little extra padding here. Leroy says he can hear me. Chad says, what's up, Rob? Been a minute. Hey, Chad, how's that new truck doing, buddy? Frank says, we can hear you fine. DML says, I can hear you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, I didn't know. I'm running a different setup today and wasn't sure if it was actually going to work. It doesn't work on my newer phone, but it works on my dummy phone. So apparently my dummy phone is smarter than my real phone, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, let's go ahead. And now these things are, I've heard people complain about these and that they're expensive. Well, you know, it's one of those things, you get what you pay for, right? I mean, when I go out and I buy a $2,000 TV or maybe a refrigerator, dishwasher, whatever it is, the last thing I want to have happen is my tie downs break because they're junk. These things are not going to break, but you pay for that. They're not cheap. So now I want to make sure I do this now. I'm going to go ahead and put the ends back on because I don't want to lose them. I do like them, as trivial as they are, I guess, but I can never get this one in. Why is that? Should be exactly the same, right? Come on, man. There. All right. Now, I got to position these, and I'm a stickler for where I put them, right? I want them to be even in the back of the bed. So there are slots in the bed rails. So I think I'm going to try to evenly space them. And no, it's not going to be perfect, of course. But, and I am going to just thumb tighten them pretty tight. And let's go ahead, same on this side. Actually had that one about right. They also add a little bit of cool looking bling to the truck, I think, right? All right, let's do this side. Same thing, I'm gonna try to balance or put them on even in between these two slots in the bed rail. There we go. And get the other one. I think something just fell down out there. All right, that takes care of those. Now we'll do the other side. And I do have one other thing to show you. I'm not going to install it today because I'm waiting on something, if it ever comes. And then I'll be installing this other piece, but go ahead, even that one out. Again, I'm doing this by eye. I can just imagine somebody out there with a tape measure trying to get these things right. I could just see it. So, what do you think? What can you see? Let's see. Yeah, you can see them. I think you can see one over there behind me. Kind of gives you an idea, and you can see the ones across the front too, I think. Again, it's just a pretty simple little mod. It's nothing complicated for sure. Now, there is something else. And that's it, by the way. That puts them all on. So, again, it is not a complicated thing. Now, let me see if I can get you guys down from up where you're at on your perch. And then I'm going to show you something else. Maybe a couple more things, actually. All right, let's get you down here. Okay, let's maybe go. Yeah, that's a good vantage point for you, I think. Now, let me grab these. What I've got here, these are tie downs for the front. If you view the channel or you've been on a while, you've probably seen these before, I'm sure. It's not new to me, but they're going to replace the El Cheapo metal ones that are on the truck now. And these things, if you don't put anything under them, the way they're set up, and by the way, they open like so, right? And then they swivel like these are supposed to. Actually, this one's not bad. Wow, look at that. But when you want to move it, I mean, good luck. It's pretty darn tight on there to move. But anyway, they're going to replace those. They're going to go on like so. And the reason I'm not doing them yet is because I'm going to put bed stiffeners on the side of the truck. And I do that for a couple reasons. One, Christopher Costa. Hello, love Charvonia Designs. Yeah, I always say billet tie downs because it's easier to say, but same company. But anyway, I'm going to put these on. Wow, you can, I didn't realize, can you reverse them? Nah, not really. They do have an indented area here, but they're flat here. So they really do go this way, and that makes sense because they want their logo and everything up on top. They are made in the USA, by the way, for anybody who is patriotic out there. I favor that. I would much rather have everything made in the USA, but you probably wouldn't have any mods if you did that. Now, let's take a look at the truck itself. You can see what I've done. There are the tie downs. I think they're pretty cool. Again, they just add a little bit of bling to the truck. It may be a bit overkill having, what, 6 of them on the truck, but hey, nonetheless, I think they look pretty good. Christopher says, hear you fine. Hey, I appreciate that, thank you. But you can see what they look like on the truck. I think they look pretty good. These, like I said, they're gonna go on after the bed stiffeners, and the reason is because the bed stiffeners that I get are bolt-on. They bolt on up here, and they bolt on down here, and they're gonna go on right where this is gonna go. So, in my mind, there's no reason to take this off. Plus, I'm gonna do a better job. In the past, I've had them pretty tight where they didn't rotate a lot. I want to make sure they have at least whatever free range they can have with the bed stiffeners on, so we shall see how that goes. Now, there is another little mod I'm working on. This is my own sort of creation, I guess. I did get some ideas for it from the web, but I'll show you what that is. If you saw the other day, I did a little painting job. These are 2 brackets that I painted. I made them. I like to say fabricated because it makes me sound more professional. I fabricated these brackets, and they're gonna go, actually, where's the screw? Right where this slot is, pretty much. I wonder if they'd fit. Wow, if I'd have planned that better, maybe I'd have put them in the slot, but they're gonna go in the slot of the bed itself back here. You can see this indentation. They're gonna fit in there behind the bed rails. They're gonna come up, and then they're gonna be like this, right? And on the front of those, in this area here, we're gonna have some lights, and those are just sitting here waiting to go on. These are lights that I had from previous installs, I guess. They just bolt on through the bottom there, and then they'll sit in those brackets. They're chase lights. And the whole idea behind that is to be able to light up at will the back of the truck when I want to. That'll make things a bit easier, I think, to be able to see at night, of course. And they'll be on the corners. You won't, I don't believe, you won't even be able to see them from inside the truck. You'll be able to see the light, but you won't be able to see the fixtures from inside the truck because they'll actually sit, if I did this right, the bracket's gonna be about yay high, I think, and then the lights will be about yay high, and they'll sit right behind actually where the stickers are now. Poor placement for the stickers, probably. I may have to move these. I didn't think about that when I put them on very, very recently. So I might relocate these after I get them on. We'll see, depends on how it looks. I mean, I didn't put these on to not be able to see, right? So that's an upcoming project. Of course, they'll be controlled by the aux beam switch that I put in. I'll wire them under the hood, so they'll run under the truck, up into the hood, and then they'll go into the aux beam unit, which is over on the left. Let's take a look at that. It came out really well. I actually fabricated a bracket for those 2, so make sure nothing's living under here. What I've got, let's see, here is the aux beam control head, if you will. This is what all of any electrical accessory I add is going to plug into, and this is the bracket. I made this using the aux beam metal that came with it. I cut the ends of it off and then fabricated my own brackets to fasten it down, and it's pretty solid. I mean, it does move, but so does everything in here, right? Everything moves, but it's pretty solid. It runs over via a 4-gauge cable to this, which is a circuit breaker, if you will. It'll trip, hopefully, if anything goes wrong. And it's a 60 amp, and then is grounded right down here. You can see the ground right there, right? I think. Grounded should be down there. Where did I ground it? No, that's the power. No, power's here. This is the power that feeds the aux beam unit. Sorry, I've got this all messed up. This is the power off the battery, runs through the circuit breaker. This is the wire that runs over to the aux beam switch, which is here. And then out of the aux beam switch comes the ground, which is grounded right down there. I don't know if you can see that right down here. In between, where you see this bolt, if you look straight down from there, a little behind it, where there's white wires, that's where I grounded it. And then, of course, the power wire I just showed you runs up here as well. And then for the control panel inside the truck, that's what this wire is. And if nobody knew, and I didn't, there is a grommet you can see right there. See this grommet right there? Right there. That actually gives you access to the inside of the truck, and I actually just went through that grommet with my wiring. Worked out really, really well. I dig that, man. Anyway, that's the setup for the aux beam that will control the chase lights that I'm going to put on. And I've gotten a little off topic. The topic, of course, was the simple mods, which are the tie downs that you guys can see there. Anyway, appreciate everybody coming on. I've been on here long enough, I think. So it's time for me to say goodbye. Thanks for kicking in. I appreciate it. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button on the channel. And also check out the Facebook group, which is going wild. The Facebook group is 4th Generation Toyota Tacoma Owners Group. It says by RobMotive or something on it, so you know if you're in the right one. It's got about 98,000 people in it now and growing like wildfire, man. Check it out. Go over, join up. It's free. I'd appreciate it. We'll see you later. Bye.